Hello and welcome to this mindful movement practice. We are going to explore a short movement sequence that you can do from a chair, you can do at your desk, just focusing on parts of the body in particular that many of us hold tension. We'll be working all the major joints to keep mobility going, support flexibility, and release tension from the body so that we feel better on the other side of it. On that note, if any of these moves cause tension, make you feel anxious, simply don't feel right for your body, then please don't push through that. Listen to that. Let's begin seated. So come and join me on your chair. And we're just going to take a moment first and foremost just to check in. We're getting our feet flat on the floor. You can have your shoes on, or you can kick them off, maybe secretly under your desk, then you can do that too. And just let your hands rest onto your thighs. Maybe the eyes are open, maybe they're closed, whatever feels right for you. And taking a moment just to see how you're doing, how you're feeling. Are there any parts of the body that are particularly speaking to you that need to be moved today? What are your stress levels like? Energy levels, mood? Just taking a quick snapshot of, without any judgment, without any analysis, of what's present and right and true for you right now. And maybe just taking a few slower, more conscious breaths, just following the whole length of your inhale and the whole length of your exhale. And a few more just like this, the whole length of your inhale and the whole length of your exhale, noticing the quality of your breath, if it feels a bit tight or a bit sticky or it feels nice and deep. Again, no judgment here, just noticing what's present for you. Let's just begin to move the body a little bit. So we're going to start with our hands on our knees. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see me that little bit better. Scooching away from the back of your chair, just so you're not relying on it for support, which ultimately means we begin to collapse. So using your hands on the knees to breathe in, start to pull your chest through your arms, lift the chin, draw the tailbone out the back, and as we breathe out, curl your chin in towards your chest, let your tailbone roll under. And let's take a few more, matching that movement with the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Now, we're not putting any pressure on the lower back, so don't feel you have to go to the strongest expression of this back bend. What we're really doing right now is just warming up the spine. And because you're moving at your pace of breath, you might be moving at a slightly different pace to me. Move at yours. That's the best one for you. And let's just take 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, opening up the back of the body in between the shoulder blades, letting the head drop. And your breath can be in and out through the nose, maybe in through the nose, out of the mouth. Again, whatever feels right and good for you. And once more. Lovely. Now we're going to bring another element into this. Let's clasp the fingers together as we breathe in, press the palms forward and up towards the ceiling. Now, for some of us, we might have our hands up here. For some of us, we might stay here. Listen to your shoulders. Now, as we breathe out, turn your palms to face you and curve through the back, pushing the backs of the hands forward as you drop your chin and tailbone under. And take a few more like this, breathing in and breathing out. Let's take 3 more like this. And once more, breathing in and breathing out. And then slowly resetting back to our more neutral position. Tailbone dropping down, sit bones firmly rooted onto the chair. Anchoring your feet into the floor. And by that, just meaning that you're equally pressing down through all 4 corners of your feet into the floor right now. Now from here, we're going to take a little twist. So breathing in, sending the arms up and as wide as you need so that your shoulders are comfortable. As we breathe out, we're going to reach that left hand back and our right hand forward. Breathe in, sweep that arm back through center, back to the front. And breathe out, right arm goes back, left arm goes forward. And just keep this going, breathing in. And breathing out, alternating sides. Seeing if you get your movement and your breath to completely synchronize here. Lovely. Breathing to the front. Opening up to the right. We're just going to take that once more to each side. Lovely. And once more, twisting open to the right. Lovely. Breathing in, coming back through the center, reaching the arms up, but again, as wide as your shoulders need to feel comfortable. Press down through your feet. Lovely. Now, and breathe out, let your hands come down to the sides. Heel to your feet together, so your knees are together. Now, option just to hug those knees and your thighs together. Or second option is to take your right leg over your left. Only if your knee feels happy with this, right? If your knee chats to you, bring it next to each other, okay? Now, if you're hugging those thighs together, tying them together, almost like a bound piece of rope. So we're hugging our thighs together, pressing down through that left foot, lifting up out of our lower back here. And breathe in, send our arms up towards the sky. Breathe out, take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh and your right hand either to the base of your chair, or you can hook your elbow around the back of your chair. Again, making sure that shoulders are still down the back and chest stays nice and broad, so our shoulders aren't sneaking to the front of the chest. And you might look behind you, or you might look to the side. Listen to your neck. We're not going to create more tension here. We're going to hold here for 3 more breaths, in through the nose, and let's blow that breath out of the lips, almost like we're blowing out a candle. Inhale, maybe see if you can sit up a little taller through the spine. And breathe out, gently drawing the navel towards the back of the body. Let's take 1 more breath here. Lovely. Let's breathe in. Unravel back through the center. Unhook your legs if they're hooked. Take a moment in the middle, maybe have a little wiggle and roll out the shoulders. And then let's swap that over. So either legs together or this left leg comes over the right thigh now. Press down through that right foot if your legs are bound. Hug those thighs together, sitting up, lifting up out of your lower back, nice and tall. Breathe in, arms come up. Breath out, twisting over to the left. Right hand comes to the outside of that left thigh. It's a bit like Twister, isn't it? And then hook your either left elbow around the back of the chair or to the base of the chair behind you. Whatever feels right and good, and depends on the chair that you're in as well. Now take the 5 breaths here. Sensing the breath in enables you just to sit up a bit taller, keeping that chest nice and broad, shoulders down the back. And as you breathe out, maybe you twist a little deeper. Maybe you stay where you are. Maybe with every exhale, you draw the navel in a little more, just to engage the core a little more. All of these are options. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Lovely, and 1 more. Wonderful stuff. So as we come back through center, unravel the legs. We're going to heel toe our feet a little wider than our hips, still scooched away from the back of our chair. Breathe in, press down through feet, press hands into thighs, sit up tall. And then breath out, begin to lengthen forward, almost like we're looking over the edge of a cliff, right? And so we're going to take our elbows to start with onto the thighs. Press our elbows into the thighs. Here might be where you stay. Or you might find that you can comfortably come down, hands onto the ankles. If you come down here, letting your head be nice and heavy. Or staying here, Make sure your lower back is happy with whatever you choose. Now, I want you to send all of your attention and your breath to your belly. Feeling the breath fill the belly like a balloon and letting it go. Lovely. And one more here. Wonderful stuff. Using your hands on your thighs to gently press yourself up and taking a moment just to reset here. Especially if you've come all the way down, you might just need a moment if you feel a little bit dizzy, just to readjust here. Wonderful. Now, one more move just before we come up to stand. We're going to send our right leg forward and flick our toes up towards us. So we're pressing our heel down. If you're wearing high heels, this might be where you might need to take your shoe up here. So going to start by breathing in, flicking those toes towards us, pressing that heel down, just giving ourselves a good old calf stretch. And as we breathe out, we're going to point our toes towards the floor. Take 2 more like this. Now we're going to take a few more after this second one. Now, option to continue as you are. Option 2 is to take your weight into that left thigh to support you. And this might just increase that little stretch in the calf. And taking a few more like this. You can keep this good toes, naughty toes. Anyone who did ballet when they were in their younger years will know this reference. Or you can start to just really take some big old circles with that ankle. So you can keep it flicking up and down or begin to take a little bit more free movement and just warming up those ankles, stretching through that calf. Lovely. One more breath here. And then come on up. Support that leg back in towards you. Take a moment, just feel into that whole right side and then send that left heel forward. Flexing and pointing. You might feel some little cracks and pops here. Again, being kind. We're not trying to force anything. And then either staying here or coming down, elbows onto that right thigh. Now, as we're coming forward, it's important to mention we don't want to lock out our knee. So if it feels like you're really locking into that joint, keep a little softness there. Option to keep this good toes, naughty toes movement or begin to take some big old circles, free circles and wiggles in that ankle. Staying true and attentive to your breath here. And enjoying this movement in parts of our body that might have been sitting pretty still for a while. Freeing circulation, aliveness, sensation that we can tune into. Lovely. And then carefully collect that leg back in. Take a moment just to feel and breathe into that whole left side. And from here, let's come up to stand. So we're going to come behind our chair here. We'll use this in a moment. Now, you can do this next move sitting down. Personally, I prefer to do this standing up just because it becomes a bit of a whole body movement. Again, you can totally do this from seated as well. So we're going to take our left hand onto our chest and we're going to breathe in, send that right arm up towards the sky. And breath out, turn the palm out and around back behind us. Keep a little bend in your knees. And taking 5 more of these circles here. Keeping that breath slow and steady. Just warming up that whole shoulder joint. Lovely, and then just taking those circles in the other direction. Wonderful, one more in this direction. Take a moment, shake out that arm, Come straight onto the other side. Keep a nice softness in the knees if you're choosing to do this from standing. And let's take those circles in the other direction. It's such a simple movement, but yet, I mean, if my shoulders are the part of my body that hold the most tension. It's the most simplest of movements which can keep the greatest sense of mobility and release as well if we hold tension there. And it really shows itself when we finish. Let's just let that hand rest for a moment, just feeling that warmth in the joints, that juiciness back in the joints. Now, from here, let's take a little more of a stretch. So come into the back of your chair. You can also do this over your desk or at the kitchen counter. Kitchen counters tend to be a great height for this move. Hands about shoulder width apart, if not a little bit wider, depending on the comfort of your shoulders. We're going to step our feet back, nice deep bend in the knees, breathe in, press down through feet and hands, lengthen through the front of the body, taking a little back bend, press, lift the throat, and then as we breathe out, we're going to send our hips back and take our chest forward. Let the head be heavy here. Breathe in, press down through feet and hands, come back to that lifted, broad chest. And breathe out, send the hips back. And take 4 more like this. Move at your pace of breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. Taking your time, moving at your pace, not mine. Two more here. And this next one, we're going to breathe in, rise up, broad across the chest, and then breathe out, send our hips back. And we're going to hang out here for 3 or 4 breaths here. You might want to hang out here for longer, so you can always pause this video and hang out here if this feels like the move for you. Again, softness in your knees, no locking out the knees here. Head nice and heavy. Maybe take a slow no of the head and a wiggle of the jaw, especially if you feel your jaw starting to tense up. And then keeping those knees nice and soft, slowly rise up. Curl through the spine. Start to walk your way back to the chair. Again, take your time. You might feel a little bit after that, maybe a little dizzy after being inverted. So take a moment just to check in with your breath. See how you're doing, how you're feeling. Marvelous. This is our penultimate move. So we're going to take our feet wider than our hips, substantially wider than our hips, but we want to make sure that our hips and our knees are still comfortable. So if we're like this, but we feel like we're wiggling and wobbling about, we still want to have a stable foundation. So taking your feet comfortably wide, we're going to start with our left hand onto the back of the chair. If you feel more flexible, you can bring your hand onto the seat of the chair here as well. Totally up to you. And I would invite you to try both because it gives a slightly different opening in the spine. So try both and go, oh yeah, that's the one that my back needs straight away as priority. So left hand onto the back or the seat of the chair. Right hand flops down. We're going to breathe in, slowly reach that right arm out to the side and up towards the sky. And breathe out, let your breath out guide the speed. We're going to take 5 more on this side. Now, as you can see, I'm taking a full twist round, but only going to what feels right for your hips and your back. And as before, no locking in the knees here because we are doing a twist. So we don't want to twist in our knees. Taking 3 more at your pace. Let the whole length of your inhale lift you up. And the whole length of the exhale bring you down. Marvelous. Swap the hands over. Just make sure that your feet haven't started to point out or Just resetting the feet if you need to, and then 5 on this side. Now, can you keep your eyes at your fingertips? Letting your eyes focus. Listen to the sound of your breath. And noticing how this move feels for you. What's being moved? What's being mobilized? What's being stretched? Maybe what feels good, what feels challenging. Let's take one more here for good measure. Lovely, exhale, hands comes down. Take both hands onto the back of the chair, heel-toe your feet back together. Have your feet about hip distance apart and just take a moment in your standing position. Feet on the floor, feel the steadiness of the floor underneath you. And from here, let's come back down to sit. Taking a moment with your hands on your thighs, take a big breath in. Breathe out, lower the chin down towards the chest. Breathe in, roll right ear to right shoulder. And breathe out, roll it down. Breathe in, roll left ear to left shoulder. And breathe out, bring it down. Just taking a few more of these rolls from side to side. Noticing if when we go into the stretch, our jaw grips on. And if it does, just being conscious of that, wiggling it out. Let's take one more to each side. And coming up to sit tall. Let's take a big breath in. And out. And one more of those for good measure. And take a moment more to yourself before you go on about your day. Check in with how you're feeling after that practice. Maybe return to a few more of those exercises if you feel it might benefit you. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for practicing with me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.